everybody, I want to talk about the recent show that I watched regarding Oprah and parental estrangement. I think it's on YouTube right now, and it's the latest thing that's been out there and talked about a lot. And I just want to, and I don't know Oprah personally, but from what I've seen in Oprah's own childhood, she discussed that she had been molested by a cousin, an uncle, and a family friend as a young girl. And then I think she's also discussed having a strained relationship with her mother, which would be typical in this situation. And also, I think there's times she disconnected, reconciled. I think throughout her mother's life after she became famous, she, I believe, financially supported her mother and also forgave her and held a special service or funeral for her mom when she passed away. And so Oprah herself never had children, and that was her choice. But for someone to cover parental estrangement and do a show about it, it should be someone like me, someone who's lived it, survived it, and is smiling despite all of it. And the one aspect of the show that I think would have benefited both the estranged adult child or adult son or daughter and the parent would be to have that child and said parent sit down and have a conversation. You can do it with therapists in the room or professionals, and you can do it with just in a closed room. It doesn't have to include the grandkids or other people. It just that child or children and their estranged parent or the parent they chose to disconnect from, whether it's one parent or both parents. I think that's the one aspect, because when we saw the show, it included estranged children and estranged parents, but not from the same family. A lot of estranged parents think, will I ever see my kids again? Will I ever see my grandparents again? And are they ever going to reconcile? Are they ever going to reach out and call? And the answer is, who knows? I cannot per se give you hope, because my oldest daughter left when she was 19. She came back in her 20s. We lived together. We had a relationship. It was great. And then in my eyes, it was great. Or was it strained? Probably. It could have been strained. But then she disconnected again and walked away. But in the case of parental estrangement, a lot of times it's one-sided. It's where the adult son or daughter decides they've had enough. They ghost their parents, they walk away, break up with them, and there is no conversation, no conflict resolution, no sitting down. And I understand a parent can be emotional when he or she, their feelings are hurt and they can't see their grandkids or they're worried for you. And so we may act irrationally. That's normally what happens when you have sacrificed and loved someone and you feel that they've broken your heart. Nobody, in any kind of loss, when you've lost a loved one, a pet, etc., we don't act rationally when we grieve. Some of us may hold it together, but we have irrational thoughts, and then we live with deep regrets and no, I coulda, shoulda, woulda, and that's just the way it is. But I think just like the missing child on the milk carton, or the one person sitting waiting for the phone to ring, there is nothing great about not having a resolution on either side. It's for a child not to be able to express themselves to a parent that they can say one time was the greatest mom or dad in the world. I know what it's like to not be able to talk to a parent. I wasn't able to talk to my dad throughout my entire childhood because he was disconnected. He was not present. But in the end, we talked. He said he was sorry, and he became my best friend and cheerleader and confidant. And I miss him every day, even though it's been 15 years. But I just want to say, Oprah, can you please, if you're going to do a subsequent show on this, which you should, take those people that spoke in your audience, get them in the same room with their parents, their siblings, their grandparents, people that they've disconnected from, even if it's a daughter and a mom, a son and his dad. Why don't we start healing? Why don't we turn this train around? Let's start to bring people together, especially for the holidays, especially for these grandchildren. And even if they come together and they can't find a happy median and they realize that they're not able to find a resolution, at least if they can sit down and talk, get some kind of answers, and apologize to one another, I think that would help people to rest at night. So, anyways, that's all I've got, and I'll be back.